Hey everybody, Jeff here, and welcome back to the carbuyingtipscom channel, where since 1999 our team of consumer advocates has been both protecting and educating you, the American car buying public, in all areas of buying new cars, used cars, leasing, financing, and avoiding car dealer scams. So today we are continuing on with our series of the top 10 car dealer scams here, with a scam that we started to see way back in the early 2000s, right around 2001 or 2002. And in fact, we coined it the Patriot Act Scam, and it's still affecting car buyers just like you today. Okay, so we'll put a link down in the video description below for you so that you can go back to our carbuyingtipscom website directly to this article that we have here with more details on the Patriot Act scam, as well as all of the other top 10 car dealer scams. Okay, now here's how the scam works. So you go in to buy a new or used car, and you decide that you're going to pay with cash, or usually with a cashier's check. Nobody walks into a car dealer typically with $15,000 to $20,000 cash. You're paying with a cashier's check. And guess what? So maybe you spent a nice marathon session in there of hours negotiating with the salesperson there, and you finally settled on your car that you want to buy. But hold on a minute, folks. There's a monkey wrench being thrown into the plan here, because before you start getting those images in your mind of them handing you those keys, and now you have these keys to your brand new car, let me bring you back to reality here as to a trick that they are doing here on you. Okay, now as you're probably aware, one of the most profitable transactions when buying a new or used car for the car dealer is financing, because they can make about 1/4 percentage point or more on top of that when you finance. And sometimes they can make up to 5, 10, 15% on top of that, because if they lie to you about your credit score and jack up the rates, sometimes these guys are really making lots of money. So when you come in with just cash and you're not financing, they're losing out, and these guys aren't about to just let you walk out of there without financing. So you're finished with a salesperson and you think you're safe now, but unfortunately many people don't realize that as soon as you sit down in that finance office, you are now sitting across from the smartest shark in the entire car dealership there. Then of course you tell the car dealer, oh, by the way, I'm not financing, I'm writing a check, or you're writing a cashier's check or using cash, but either way it's all considered cash to the dealer. And so once you tell them you are paying cash, the dealer will then pull out, this is called the Patriot Act scam. And the way this works is they're going to tell you that according to the Patriot Act, you are required to fill out this credit application here, so that we can make sure that you are who you say you are because of the rules of the Patriot Act. And the funny thing is this sounds believable to a lot of people, because, oh, okay, it's the law. They must know what they're talking about. It's the law, and okay, we'll do it. But a lot of people are smart, and they question it, and you should too. Because if you're paying cash for a car, why would you be filling out a credit application? Because you are not applying for any credit. That's the crux of the whole scam there. What they're trying to do is make you fill out a credit application for car financing, and then later on you're going to find yourself that you're stuck because you signed a binding contract. Okay, so let's take a look here on the computer. I'll show you exactly what all is involved with the Patriot Act, and we'll show you how to poke holes in their story and how to shut it down. So this is your Patriot Act right here. It's about 132 pages long. It's a PDF file, and we'll put a link to it down in the description below, because you're going to need to put this on your phone. But this was hastily signed into law by Congress and by President George Bush back in 2001 after the 9/11 attacks. Now, many of you who have been visiting carbuyingtips.com here for many years now know that we're doing our annual top 10 car dealer scams list. And starting around 2003, we started to get a lot of complaints about this Patriot Act scam, as we coined it. And so we started warning you folks about it. Okay, so let's take a look inside the Patriot Act. And up here in the upper right, you see I'm going to try to do a search here. Is there anything for car dealer? No. The word car dealer doesn't even appear at all here in the Patriot Act. Let's try doing a search for like vehicle. So here you can see they're using the word vehicle in the sense of somebody causing terrorism. Not anything to do with buying vehicles. Here again, more terrorist attacks against vehicles. There's nothing here talking about financing a car or requiring a dealer to make you fill out a credit application or any of that nonsense. So there we are. We exhausted all 8 of them here. There's nothing there pointing whatsoever to vehicle sales or car dealers. let's look at, like, for example, car loan. See, so no matter what search we do in there, we can't find anything related to car loans. So let's try bank account. See, so none of these here are talking about collecting credit applications. Here, this is under the scope here of subpoenas, and so we've searched enough here to prove that it's completely bogus. Now, once again, if you look here, you can see we just did a search here for credit application up here in the upper right here. 0. There's not one instance of the word credit application in the entire Patriot Act. If we come back up to the top here, I want to show you something. You can tell that not only does this not even pass the stupidity test, it doesn't pass the common sense test. Just look at the table of contents of the Patriot Act and look at the sections of what it really covers. It covers domestic security here. It covers enhanced surveillance procedures, so it's supposed to give the federal investigators, more powers to do wiretapping and stuff like that. Here's international money laundering, that kind of stuff. But nothing in here refers to dealing with cars or car dealers. So they are not regulated by this at all. All right, now that we've shown you that the Patriot Act scam is real and that there's no truth to their claims at all whatsoever, now we're going to show you how to push it back onto the finance manager. Now, finance manager, of course, is a term that we coined back in 1999 to refer to all of the finance managers who lie to you. Most finance managers are going to be honest, but the ones that are lying to you, they are a finance manager. So here's what you do. So instead of being a sheep and just signing the paperwork like they tell you to do, you've done all of your research like you were supposed to. You've pulled up the Patriot Act, okay, you've got it stored on your phone, and now you force it back on them. You show them on your phone the Patriot Act, and you tell them they were lying to you. You've researched it ahead of time. You were warned ahead of time that they would pull the Patriot Act scam on you. And you tell them to find the exact verse in this Patriot Act on your phone that tells you where they require you to fill out a credit application. Okay, so guess what? Now you have the finance manager pinned against the wall because you've exposed their lie, and they know that they're lying, and they also know that they can't go onto your phone and show you their justification for their scam. So many people who we've advised over the years have written back to us and told us, man, yeah, you were right. And as soon as I told them that, and all of a sudden the finance manager changed his tune and they start getting they start tripping over their words because they did not expect you to have this knowledge. They expected you to be the stupid sheep that you are, and that's exactly how they think of you as well, too, by the way. So the finance manager then gets all ruffled up, and they start going, it's not the Patriot Act, it's the OFAC regulations. So they keep shifting their story around. Oh, really? So now it changes? Before it was the Patriot Act, now it's the OFAC? Well, let's take a look at what that is. So here's some typical email complaints that we would get on this. And you can see here that sometimes the car dealers are so arrogant that they will actually let you walk out that door without buying a car because of it. So I would say, you know what? You wouldn't even want to be doing business with a lying, cheating scam of a car salesman like that anyway. So, like they say, these boots are made for walking, and you just keep on going to the next car dealer that will treat you with respect. So here's what we're talking about, folks. What you do is you go to the good old US Department of the Treasury website. You type in under their search box their OFAC, and it brings up here the Office of Foreign Assets Control. And what this does here is this is a division there that they administer and they enforce all of these trade sanctions, and they're supposed to be tracking money that gets laundered in and out of the U.S. So basically, they're trying to deal with terrorists and drug dealers and crooked regimes and all that kind of stuff, and people that are engaged in criminal activity, and they're keeping them from moving money all over the place. So what does this OFAC list really do then? Well, if you look right down here, you see, the OFAC has this sanction list, and this is what everybody is talking about right here. It's called the Specially Designated Nationals List, also known as the SDN list. And we've talked about it on our website as well. But on this Specially Designated Nationals list here, so you can click on it and download the whole PDF format. Now you can see the date right here, 8/20. This is basically yesterday, a couple of days ago. And it's updated every few days. But you can click on it, and it just brings up a massive PDF file with a list of names. These are all the bad guys, okay? Do you see any Social Security numbers on there? No. Why don't you see any Social Security numbers? Most of them are foreign nationals that don't have a Social Security number. There's no reason for the car dealer to get your Social Security number at this point if you're paying cash, because all they have to do is bounce your name off this list. This is it. This is all that's on there. There's no super special esoteric electric criteria or filters or anything that they have to run through. No massive database check. It's just a quick check of bouncing your name off of this list here. Now you can also check the list here for people this way here. You can just, it takes you a few seconds to go on there. I don't need any Social Security number or anything to do it. Yeah, I'm going to search for Saddam Hussein, and hopefully that's the correct spelling. Hey, look at this. So there are a few instances of him on there, and it's probably like his sons or his brothers. So look at this. Here I can do Saddam Hussein. I can search for his name here, and look at this. It comes up with this guy here, who is an advisor and brother, half-brother to Saddam Hussein. So these are the types of names that show up on this list. But you don't see any other numbers or Social Security numbers or anything like that. Again, you can show your finance manager this at the car dealer, and you know that he's pulling a car dealer scam on you here, because they don't need anything other than a name to bounce off of this SDN list from the OFAC. Hey, wait a minute. You don't think I might be on that list, do you? Let's check. All right, so we'll go here and just enter my name. And look at that. Your search has not returned any results. I feel vindicated already. And now, if I go here and just do a quick text search on the PDF file for my name, I get nothing. Yeah, baby. I am clean. Hey, one other thing that a lot of people don't think of either is that if you're writing a check or you're bringing in a cashier's check from a bank, you can bet that that bank account that it's coming from has already been vetted and checked and everything according to the regulations that might be either in Patriot Act or in the OFAC. So I should think that that check would be all right to begin with. Okay, so now we've brought you up to speed on the Patriot Act scam. So now we want you to take all of the advice you're learning here on the carbuyingtips.com YouTube channel and on the carbuyingtips.com website. Go read our new car buying guides over there. And then take that information, get into that dealer, and negotiate yourself the best car deal you can. Take delivery of those keys to your dream car. Go out and enjoy it with your friends. Go out and party, because life is good, folks. And if you found this video useful so far, we would appreciate it if you would give us a thumbs up down below. That tells us that you like us. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the carbuyingtips.com channel here, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click the little alert bell next to it. That way you'll be alerted every time we upload a video. That's it for this one, folks, and we'll see you on the next one.